Chapter 278, How to Skillfully Trick a Brother Khan Imoto. Today, Yoroni-san was acting strange, wasn't he? Do you want to know the reason? I'll tell you then. Amazingly enough, Yoroni-san was selected to be the hero. The previous hero was also Yoroni-san, though, but I've killed him. Since heroes are a nuisance, you know? Should I maybe erase him? What to do? Maybe if someone would cooperate with me, then I wouldn't need to erase him, though, huh? Hint, hint. The end. That was a digest version of the conversation with Imoto-chan. Currently, due to the incident of Yamada-kun becoming the hero, I was shocked to see that Imoto-chan had gotten overexcited and has a nosebleed. So it wasn't a superstition that when you get overexcited, you can get a nosebleed. From there, it seemed like a Onisama talk was about to begin, but Fumina-chan stopped it, so that problem was avoided. Nice going, Fumina-chan. Just what I'd expect of a former high-ranking noble. Her talking ability is way above mine. Incidentally, when it was revealed that Yamada-kun had become the hero, there was another squawking magpie who began to act up. Well, it's Vampire Girl after all. Come to think of it, I had forgotten to explain that bit. To silence her as quickly as possible, I kicked her flying. Like in a gag manga, she sunk into the wall, so she should be quiet for a while. Seeing that, I get the feeling that all the color drained from Imoto-chan's face out of dread, but don't mind it. Afterwards, I also got the feeling that Fumina-chan laughed scornfully at her, but I'm sure that's just my imagination. What do you want me to do? So, the current situation is that Imoto-chan is at a loss. It is a simple matter. If you want to save your Onisama, then just betray your country. If you are unable to do that, then you will lose not just your country, but your Onisama's life and also your own life. Which will you choose? Fumina-chan was rather lively as she drove Imoto-chan into a corner. Looking at her like this, she's basically a noble girl villainess. She usually restrains herself, but Fumina-chan was originally an Ojo-sama from a good house after all. I'm sure it's more in her nature to be giving orders than taking orders. Imoto-chan is pondering all this with an expression of anguish. Sometimes she shows threatening signs, but she quickly suppresses it and stops. It seems that she knows that even if she tries to attack us, she'll simply be beaten in return. Well, Imoto-chan could never beat me, no matter how she tried. For a non-reincarnated human, she might be exceptionally strong, but I'm sure she wouldn't even match Fumina-chan anyway. Imoto-chan pondered and wondered, and finally gave in. To be honest, I was surprised that she pondered this much. After all, she is a pathological brother Khan, after all. I had expected her to immediately reply with something like, "If it's for Onisama's sake, then I'll do it." Based on the observations of the clones, this girl doesn't have any kind of patriotism. Instead, she might even hate the country. With the family environment she was raised in, she gets on quite badly with her mother and brothers, except Yamada-kun, of course. Well, they're the queen and next king of this country, though. Because of that, she's the queen? I don't know. I hadn't really been expecting her to resist crushing the country. I get it. If she cooperates with us, then that means she's opposing her beloved Onisama, huh? So that's why she pondered so much and is so depressed, huh? Imoto-chan is hanging her head with a face like the world is about to end. Fumina-chan and Vampire Girl, who recovered before I noticed, are looking at Imoto-chan's face and grinning. Why, you... in love with one another, yet forced to be enemies. I whisper into Imoto-chan's ear. Suddenly, her shoulder makes a massive shudder. All the more reason for the forbidden love to ignite into passion. This time she twitches in response. When he finds out the truth, all his thoughts will be focused on you. I'll do it! Easy. What's with this empty-handed yandere brother Khan? You wouldn't believe that a moment ago she had a face filled with despair, but now she has a sloppy smile with a mouth hanging open. This girl is broken. Better to do something soon. Actually, it's already too late. In order to keep her motivation going, next time I'll bring her some novels with the main character being a heroine who fell in love with her enemy. The type where, in the end, the two get together with a happy ending, of course. Well, I don't think that'll be happening with Imoto-chan and Yamada-kun, though. I've now secured Imoto-chan, who has developed a delusion of getting together with her Onisama after overcoming a trial, so next we'll move to where Natsume-kun is, and off we go directly to where Natsume-kun is with teleport. Huh, what? And when we teleport in, Natsume-kun was in the middle of brainwashing some elite surveillance people. I've been following his actions through my clones, and step by step he's been using brainwashing and the monitoring people to undermine them, it seems. And the ones in charge of the monitoring are from Oshima-kun's house. Oshima-kun's house is a dukedom in the kingdom. The Duke and Duchess have already been claimed by Potamus. What that means is that Natsume-kun is already moving in a nice direction without even me giving him instructions. You're Wakaba, huh? Even though the illusion should be concealing me, I was seen through in an instant. It seems that Kusama-kun saw through my real face in an instant as well, so it seems that people who already knew my face aren't affected. Come to think of it, this is the first time that we've met while he's been in a relatively safe condition, huh? Well, I'm about to make that remaining sanity log out, though. To the clone inside Natsume-kun's head, do it. Natsume-kun makes a strange noise and his eyes roll back in his head. Whoa. The voices of Vampire Girl from Mina-chan and Emoto-chan overlap. It seems that they couldn't stand the fact that they had the same reaction as Vampire Girl and Femina-chan started glaring at each other. Don't squabble over something so trivial. First of all, by the way the clone that has taken hold of Natsume-kun, I set up the suggestion that Emoto-chan is an obedient cooperator. While at it, I induce him to take actions as to overthrow this country. All done. I'll alter his memory of us to be supporters as well, I guess. Well, the falsification of Natsume-kun's memory is finished. His eyes roll back, and while making odd sounds, his body trembles and spasms, and they stop moving after one big leap. Finally, as if nothing had happened, his expression returns to normal. Shiro, huh? What is it? Natsume-kun will now no longer recognize me as Wakaba Hiro, and instead I'm established as Shiro, for no particular reason. Use these girls. I pointed the girls standing beside me. Emoto-chan will be Natsume-kun's assistant, and Vampire Girl will take hold of the Empire from the inside. As for Fumino-chan, we'll return to the Demon Territories together for a job. With that as the general outline, for now I'll have Emoto-chan take the role of Natsume-kun's advisor and reins holder. With regards to the Empire, it'll take a bit of time until a message from Natsume-kun can get there, so it seems that Vampire Girl's debut will take a bit longer. That being the case, I leave Emoto-chan in Natsume-kun's care and leave. No neat little messages for us here. But yeah, so yeah, we're sticking to the computer thing, but we're also doing 720p because 1080p takes way too long to produce and especially upload. If I get a better internet setup, maybe I'll switch back because it would have taken like 2 hours to upload from where I'm at now, but the router is on like the opposite side of the house, so I need to see about getting it closer. Because I loaded it onto my phone and then took it next to the router, and then it went up in like 16 minutes, but still. Anyway, yeah, that's enough of this. Everything's coming into play slowly, surely. Soon we'll meet up with the other guy again, maybe. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Oh, goodness.